I'm wondering about a little bit more about Crocheting for Christ and Brighter Day. And I'm wondering first if you can explain how those two are connected, or if they're one and the same.
When my husband died, I sort of noticed, it's sort of hard to explain. I went to a meeting where it talked about death, and some things came into my mind that Asbury did not have, that they had people to visit, but I thought that maybe it needed to be a little something more. And so when I thought about it, we had a meeting, several of us, and we named it Brighter Day. And from that time on, we were able to do various things for people, send them cards, give them various things to uplift them during their time of bereavement. Crocheting for Christ came in a little later with Jackie Holmes, and that's where the various crocheting things took place. And we would give what we have now, what I call yellow comfort bags. And sometimes there would be soap in it, sometimes it would be the things that they have crocheted, sometimes it would be hot soup, or whatever we thought that would be comforting to them.
Why yellow? Why did you choose to have yellow bags with these items to help people?
That's a good question. I don't know, it just seemed to be brighter, and it catches the eye more so if it had been a darker color.
And so tell me a little bit more about what you make. You mentioned when it comes to the crocheting, what do you make and who benefits from it?
The crocheting is done by ladies who love to crochet. And they do the, what we call well, it's not really a full thing where you have to put it all the way up, but it goes to your, across your nap and down, and that is your comfort bag. Well, at least that's a comfort. And then inside of that, whatever was crocheted was placed in the bag. I normally will take those things that have been crocheted and bring it home. So whenever there's a death, I have the yellow comfort bags, and I will just fill it with all the things that have been crocheted or I have in the house to put in the bags.
And do you deliver the bags to the bereaved families, or do they get them some other way?
Before all of the things have been taken hold of us for the past year, before that, we would come to Asbury with the yellow comfort bags, and we would give it to either the husband or the wife or a child of the deceased person. One year, I think we did 10 bags for a family that had more than 4 or 5 people in it. Since that time, we are still crocheting, some of us, and they're not coming to Asbury, they're going to a funeral home in Maryland. Jackie Holmes' son is the one who comes to my house and picks them up and takes it to where he's going to be working.
So you mean because of the COVID-19 pandemic, instead of not doing anything, you still had some crocheting left over and someone was able to bring those to the funeral home? Or have people in the past year and 3 months or so still been crocheting to help people?
Yes, there's some people who are still crocheting, and I get them. I'm doing crocheting myself.
And so some people in Crocheting for Christ made beanies for the newborns at Howard Hospital.
Yeah.
And then the other group was the neighbor to neighbor outreach at Asbury. Was there something involved with that for the Crocheting for Christ ministry?
I think we did basically the same thing. If they were in need of crocheting of any kind, then we would try to give it to them.
So some of the hats and gloves I think I recall seeing piled up on tables, those were made for people who maybe were homeless or hungry or had some challenges in DC.
That's correct. And normally we've had 100+ hats and scarves done over several years.